Hi, and welcome to Smart String Teacher. My name is Grace Law, and I just love sharing my strategies with you to help make string teaching easier for you and more successful for your students. In this video, I'm going to talk about how you can reduce the time it takes to teach bow hold and left hand technique to only 5 minutes. So this was me at the beginning of the year in the past. I would demonstrate bow hold from the front of the room, and then the students would try to do it, and I would walk around and I would have to tweak every single person's bow hold one by one in a class of 30. Of course, that took a long time, and it took a lot of patience out of the students. And I would worry as I was doing it about the time it was taking and whether or not these students would start thinking that, oh, learning to play strings, it's going to be so boring. Well, none of us want that. So if you want to know how you can make that process faster, I'll give you a quick overview, but I also have another video that you can watch that's more thorough. So the quick overview is the problem with demonstration is that your students can't actually see what you're doing. They're all sitting in different parts of the room, as well as they're not seeing what you're doing from their point of view. So how are they going to get it right? That's why you have to spend so much time going around and fixing everybody's technique. So what I stumbled across was I made a handout with step-by-step how I wanted them to go through the process of forming their bow holds. And as I was handing it out, I discovered that by the time I finished handing it out, the students who got the handout first already had perfect bow holds. And I was just, oh my gosh, this is amazing. It just blew my mind. And why did that work so quickly? It's because they're not trying to follow a moving object like you or a video or whatever. The pictures are all there. They can go step by step and check it and get to a successful outcome. So I highly recommend that you click on the link in the description and go to the video that will explain step by step how the handouts work. I also did this for left hand technique on a pencil. So if you've never done left hand technique on a pencil before, give it a try because it will make such a huge difference in saving you time when you transition to the instrument. Again, in the past, when I handed a student an instrument, it was this intimidating thing that they had a hard time getting their fingers in the right place because they were worried about doing it wrong. But when you introduce the basics on a pencil first, when you give them the instrument, they already know what to do. And the transition is so fast. So not only do I have a video that will show you the handouts and how it works, I also have a free sample of the entire lesson on how to start beginners on left hand and bow hold from my online course, the Smart String Teacher Foundation. So if you're interested in that, make sure you check out the link in the description as well to access that lesson for free. It will not only help you establish bow hold and left hand technique very, very easily, it'll also go through how to train your students to do all the correct bow movements before they put the bow to the string. And again, once you've trained their muscle memory to do the correct actions on a pencil, transitioning to a bow on the string is very, very straightforward. So if you're interested in saving a lot of time and effort, make sure you sign up for that free lesson. Last thing I want to say about this is a classroom management strategy around this. So when I spend the first couple days or more teaching via the pencil exercises, that is very valuable time to me because during that time, I'm getting to know the students. I'm getting to know their personalities, their work ethic, their ability to understand instructions, their fine motor skills, all these things. And this time is helping me to decide what instrument would they be most successful at. So that helps me in deciding what instrument they're going to play. But just as importantly, it's helping me decide my seating plan. So where am I going to seat the students so that they're the most successful in class? Who am I going to seat them with? Because you want to reduce any potential behavior problems. So I'm very, very strategic as to where I put my students in the classroom so that we have a well-functioning community. All right, so that's my tip on starting students on beginner technique and saving time while doing that, as well as using that valuable time as classroom management strategy. Again, if you want to see my whole process, make sure you sign up for the free lesson and stay tuned for the next 2 tips. Okay, make sure you like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next video.